Hello, thanks for joining me. I'm David Gibbons. 40 years ago, back in 1981, a brash young 22-year-old managed to convince family and friends to loan him the 100,000 Hong Kong dollars, that's about 13,000 US dollars, that he needed to start a business. He rented a 35 square metre office, hired 2 technicians and 15 staff, and started his Tianwei printer ribbon factory. Everyone was using dot matrix printers back in the day. Inkjet and laser printers had not quite hit the market back then. Arnald Ho is credited with birthing the aftermarket industry in China, and he joins me today. Greetings, Arnald.
Hi, good morning.
So, how did you go getting the 100,000 Hong Kong dollars that you needed to get started?
Well, yeah, there's some saving by myself. And of course, just like the other startups, they need support from their families. Yeah, I did the same. So gather some money from my family, so altogether it's around 100,000. But that is a big number at that time, 40 years ago, right?
Yeah. But you chose to get established on the China mainland, not in Hong Kong or Macau. Was it easy to do that, or did you have some problems?
Well, actually, we tried 3 months in Hong Kong, but not successful. And first of all, at that time, the property is also expensive. At that regards, that you are very difficult to set up a factory. Secondly, is because of the ribbons. So the ladies, they don't like it. It's because dirty the hand, So we find that it's not easy to be setting up factories in Hong Kong. And finally, we chosen Zhuhai as our base.
Now, you travelled around the world at the time and doing a lot of research, and you noticed that the people who were manually, in those days, everything had to be done by hand, and you noticed that they were putting the ribbons into the cartridges, and you thought, I think that the Chinese men and women, they have more nimble fingers. They could do this much, much more effectively. And it seemed to be true, because you still are today the largest aftermarket supplier of ribbons in China.
Yeah, that's one of the findings, at that time, because, the cartridge never changed 40 years ago to now. So when you, and a lot of people doing manually at that time. So of course, the size of the finger will determine how fast, you can make a ribbon.
So how can you still be doing it today? I mean, are you still using people with their little fingers doing all of this?
Oh no, today mostly we are using automate machines or semi-automatic machines to, for example, for welding the nylon fabrics. Now it's all semi-automatics. Before you need to cut by your scissors, but now we don't. So there's a lot of improvement, of course, during the last 40 years.
Not only has your business grown, but the industry has grown here in Zhuhai. And in fact, Zhuhai became known as the world printing capital of supplies, of printer supplies. And it's something that you promoted in Times Square in New York, and to tell the world about Zhuhai and all the rest of it. Why did you do that? Why did you promote the industry?
I think when I was young, I have some small dreams. Yeah. When I traveled to overseas the first time, the foreigners, they don't they like the products from China. They even say that even though you gave me free, I will not take it. So I said that is not something very difficult. Why we cannot make by ourselves? And at that time, I have a dream saying that the consumables, those consumables manufactured by China will dominate the worldwide market one day. So that is my hope. I'm not saying Print-Rite consumable will be sold to worldwide, dominate the worldwide market. I'm saying the Chinese consumables will dominate the worldwide market one day. And these dreams become true, today.
So Arnold, what have been the milestone achievements for you? As you go to bed at night and put your head down on the pillow, you must be thinking of the things that you have achieved. What are the highlights for you?
You know, the highlights is not how many ribbons or inkjet or laser cartridge you can make, okay? My second dream is, you know, there's a lot of questions from the Western people, the integrities of the Chinese merchants, right? I think my second biggest dream is to change the kind of a mindset of the foreigners that for business we are honest. I mean, not only the Print-Rite is the honest, but the whole sector. I cannot make the whole everything, but if I can change the mind of the people buying consumables, believing that the products, the consumables made in China, made in Zhuhai, is valuable, is trustable, you know, then that is my second dream. Okay, so every night when you ask me this question, I say, hey, when? For sure today, Print-Rite has this kind of a reputation for 40 years, you know, but still we need to improve the images of the whole industry. But now today is not only Print-Rite can, you know, doing this, a lot of, you know, biggest manufacturers, companies now in this industry, they need to work more harder to prove to the foreigners, okay, this is a kind of national image other than the product itself.
What have been the struggles along the way? I think of lawsuits and patent battles and those sort of things. Have these sort of things made you stronger?
Well, actually, we deal one lawsuit so far. What it means we deal with one lawsuit so far is we have fighting in the court for 6 years. That is the only. First of all, we are not very popular for lawsuits in this industry, and a couple lawsuits we settled very well with the counterparty, okay, with the plaintiff. The way we did is we have to honor, we have to respect the OEMs. I always said that the OEM is not our competitor. It's not our enemy. Because without the printers, there's no our industry. But a lot of people, they have a wrong image. That, oh, someone's suing me, that is my enemy, and I have to fight back or just go away. So that is not, both sides, not the right way to handle, I believe. So the way we did is after the first lawsuit, we changed our policy, we changed our strategy. We have to settle, you know, peacefully with the counterparty. Okay, if we really find out their patents as valid, then we have to change. There's no other way, you know, unless you get the license fee or what. So our way, so for the last few couples ITC or district court lawsuits, we are always settled behind. So we will not go to the court with those people unless we believe that their patents is invalid or we are not infringing. So that is the way we deal with.
Innovation. Let's discuss innovation, Arnold. You have rewarded inventors. You hold thousands of patents. I mean, innovation is in the very DNA of Chinese people. So why is there a need to promote it further?
Well, first of all, you just asked us about the lawsuits with the OEM. We don't have a lot of lawsuits, mainly because of we have our own patents, okay? So we have our own innovation. That is one way that we avoid those conflicts. Why we have to promote this kind of, back to my second dream, is how you can change the foreigners, you know, to believe that we are our integrity. You know, we are honestable, you know, so that's the kind of innovation. Yeah, you're right. Chinese peoples are very innovative, but they don't know before. So once this mindset be open, that's why we have celebrate this kind of patents award during your WeMax, right? For more than 10 years. And from at that time, I remember that the first year, maybe only 30, 50 patents be registered in our industry. And now every year is more than 1,000, 2,000 related to our industry. And now China is the worldwide top #1 patents register in the world. So you see the difference. That is the reason why we have to promote, we have to encourage other people to respect the importance of the innovation, the importance of the intellectual property, the importance of your own patents to protect your own products. So this is why we have to promote this kind of idea, you know.
Print-Rite has been honoured with a display at the brand new Zhuhai Museum, and this has been constructed to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Zhuhai city. Do you think there's some interesting combination with Zhuhai city 40 years and Print-Rite being 40 years that you enjoy this together? I mean, it's interesting to see that Print-Rite has been honoured with a display in the new museum. So is Zhuhai and Print-Rite somehow entwined with their story together?
Well, first of all, this is kind of honor, right? To be put into the museum to celebrate the 40 years of Zhuhai Special Economic Zone's birthday. And secondly, it shows that we are the first one. I think not only in Zhuhai, but also in the nations, we are the first one, you know, to start this kind of business. So we are very honored. But I just joke with my staff that hopefully the products go into the museum, but not the company. The company should carry on so longer and longer, right? So yeah, this is kind of honor. And I think in Zhuhai, we are supporting by many different levels of government in order to grow our business. And we will definitely adapt to the newer policies of the Zhuhai, and then we will expand our business. You know.
As you gaze into the future, Arnald, what words of advice would you want to give to the next generation of young entrepreneurs that are now rising up? You may even want to look at the camera and speak to them directly.
I think there are some basic requirements. For example, hardworking, honesty. But the most important is always keep your curiosity. That is one of this is kind of fuel that will burn your energies to work every day. Without the curiosity, you will feel very tired easily.
Thank you for joining me today, Arnald.
Thank you. Thank you, David.
I've been speaking with Arnald Ho, the entrepreneur that started it all here in China 40 years ago this year. Thanks for watching.